The best way to get started in real estate is to get a job at a real estate company, usually in administration. So before I actually got my license and started selling, I got a job with Louis and Ashley, who work at Low & Co, doing an administration role for them. And that's how you can kind of learn how the business works. You can make a few connections. And the really important part of that stage in the process is finding a mentor, because a lot of people think that you can just get into real estate, start selling houses, but it's really important to have someone who can show you the ropes, which I was very blessed to have my mother who could show me the ropes. But yeah, it's just really important to have someone who can teach you those skills and give you a bit of a jump start. Well, the funny thing about real estate is there aren't really any characteristics that necessarily make a good salesperson. Obviously, being confident is really important and being knowledgeable, but there's people in our office who are just drastically different, and everyone, still manages to find business. So we're obviously all so different, and so different people respond to different personality types, and it's the same in real estate. So it really doesn't matter, what kind of personality you are, if you're an introvert or an extrovert. But as long as you can speak to people and communicate well, then I think you'll be all right. I think the thing I enjoy most about real estate is getting to work with lots of interesting people. It's an interesting job because you don't necessarily have a boss, but you also have multiple bosses, because all of your vendors are the people you work for. And that means you get to interact with a lot of different people, you get to see a lot of different houses. And obviously on the buyer side as well, you're always meeting someone new and making small talk and getting to know them. And I just really enjoy that part of the process and being out there and being able to connect with people face to face. 100% commission sales is a bit of a difficult gig at times, because it does mean your entire paycheck is based off how many properties you can sell. And if you have a bad month and don't manage to sell any, then there's no paycheck coming that month. So I think that inconsistency is one of the things that I find difficult in the job. Being young and in the real estate industry, it's really important to surround yourself with really experienced people, because they're able to pass on their knowledge and their skills. And if you're working with someone who's been around for a long time, then vendors will have a lot more trust in letting you handle the sale of what is most likely their biggest asset. But I think the really important thing when you're young in any industry where most of your colleagues and people around you are going to be significantly older, is just being confident, because people can really sense when you don't know what you're talking about, and you're not as knowledgeable as the other real estate agents you've met. But if you come in with confidence and really believe that you know what you're talking about, then people can definitely feel that.